The following may contain strong opinionated views. The views and opinions expressed on this show does not necessarily reflect the views or the opinions of any social media or broadcast platform.
Hi, welcome to Talk Back Live, a show that gets you involved in live conversation and sports with Brian Camp on Sports Update, bringing you the latest developments in today's world of sports. And now here's your host, Frank Allan.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and a pleasant night to each and every one of you in your different time zones around the world and across the country. Here we are. It's a Thursday. It's 8 p.m. on the East Coast, 5 p.m. on the West Coast. It's Friday morning in London at 1 a.m., 3 a.m. in Israel, and 9 a.m. in Tokyo, Japan. We want to welcome to each and every one of you to another edition of Talk Back Live. That's what the name of the show is, and we're going to be talking back live to you. We're here every Thursday at this time, and of course, in the show, we get you involved in conversation, have a little bit of live conversation with each other and people all around the world. Now, all of you have been around with us. We thank you. You already know the protocol of this show, so we always like to take the time out to just thank you for being with us all of this time. Don't bail out on me now. We're just getting started. And I just want to take time to address some of the people who may be possibly new to the show. So we want to talk to them for a little bit and let them know what the show is all about. Okay, the host of the show, that's me. My name is Frank Allan. And as I said, a whole full hour we're here and we indulge you in conversation. Now, we can do that by all you have to do is on your keyboard, on your telephone, on your computer, be it desktop, laptop, or even your tablet. You have a keyboard there, you type in, and you type in whatever you want to talk about. That's how you conversate with me. You type in whatever you want to talk about. I will see you right there on the big screen. I will entertain your thoughts and ideas. That's what the show is all about. Free exchange of ideas and of opinions, and I'm pretty sure you guys have a lot of those opinions. So we want to hear them. So all you have to do is just get your keyboard ready and type in whatever you want to talk about. Now, you don't have to wait. You can do it right now. As a matter of fact, let me explain something to you. If you have a specific topic that you want to discuss, I don't care what it is, because we're kind of free here. We're kind of like, we wing it here, you know. If there's anything that you want to talk about in specific, type it in there and we'll entertain that. We'll get on it. Now, as the host of the show, of course, I'm going to get things started. I mean, I'm in the area now where I get things started right now. That's what I'm doing now. And I get conversations started. And then at any time at all, when you type in whatever you want to type in to talk about, we can talk about it. We'll just talk about it. We don't have to linger on one subject all night, because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that want to talk about something in specific. Even if you don't, we're going to take care of the show anyway. The most important thing is that you're here with us, and we hope that you're going to be here with us for the remaining of the 4 hours. And if you can't, 4 hours, just 1 hour. And if you can't stay here for the entire hour, I hope you do. But if you can't, I really appreciate the amount of time that you will be able to spend with us. Okay, so we got a lot of things to talk about, and I want you involved in the show. Let's get things started right away. And a lot of you are in different time zones. All right, so here we're coming live from New York City. That's where we originate. So we're on the Eastern time zone. So therefore, it's 3 minutes past 10 o'clock where we are right now. It's 3 minutes past wherever you are, depending on where you are. Look at your clock. Whatever your clock says, that's what time we come on in your area each week. And just keep that in mind and make a note of that so you don't forget. Okay. Now, you could be on the other side of the world. You could be 5 and 6 hours ahead of us. All right. In this case, if you're in Italy somewhere, it's like after 1 o'clock, right? 3 minutes past 1 o'clock, 4 minutes past 1 o'clock right now in the morning, you know, stay with us. You know, if you can't sleep, you know, or if you're just waking up, maybe, I don't know. Just stay with us because we got a lot to talk about. Now, in conjunction with dealing with you, of course, we love doing that too. We have the things that we implement in our show to keep things rolling, keep the show rolling, and keep a format going. And one of the things that we're going to be doing is bringing you sports. Now, Brian Camp is our sports guy. He brings you the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. He's going to come along with us. He's coming out of Charlotte, North Carolina. And he'll come along. You'll get a chance to see him on screen if you're watching us on Facebook and YouTube. Because remember, we're on 3 different platforms. We're live on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. And you'll get a chance to see him if you're watching us on one of those, either YouTube or Facebook. However, we won't be able to do that on Instagram because Instagram, we don't have the luxury of actually putting his face on the screen. Like you do split screens. Can't do that on Instagram. But you'll be able to hear him. You'll hear everything that he has to say. And of course, you could still ask questions. If you have any specific questions, sports related, ask him and he'll have the information for you. That's what he's here for. We'll talk more about that when he comes in. And but for the rest of you guys who are watching us on YouTube and of course on Facebook, you get a chance to see him. Now, as I said, we're on 3 different platforms. And one of the things I want to ask you guys to do, if you would take the time to do it, because it doesn't really cost you anything to do it. What I want you to do is tag your friends. This show, tag this friend. And all you have to do, whatever platform you're watching us on, whether it's YouTube, Instagram, or Facebook, cut and paste that platform, which is by another terminology would be called when I say platform, that's the link. Cut and paste that link, and you could send it to all of your friends or as many friends as you want. We hope that you send it to a lot of friends because the more, the merrier. And if they like what they see, if they like what they hear, of course, they'll come back again and again, hopefully, and they'll be part of us just like you. So please do that. We look forward to people coming in and interacting with us and getting involved in the conversation. Now, if you're new to the show, for the very first time, you may not be like the rest of the people who are here right now. Now, a lot of people, they just jump right in there and say hello. Even if it's just so much to say hello, they just jump right in there and they talk. You may not be the one of them, at least for right now, because you're new to the show and you want to make sense of it. So you just say, hey, maybe in a couple of weeks, I'll just join in conversation. But right now, I want to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Now, let me comfort you for a minute. You don't have to worry because I see everyone when they come in, but rest assured, I will not mention your name or say hi or anything like that out of respect to your privacy. Unless, of course, you're saying something first, then, of course, that gives us the okay to say hi to you back. But if you desire not to say anything, that's okay too. And we won't say anything. Although I see you when you come in, but I won't say a word until you say something first. Okay. I hope that's a comfort to you, because we try to make everyone comfortable when they come on the show, when they watch the show each week. Try to make everyone comfortable. And I hope this sets the tone for you and make you comfortable. But for the rest of you guys, chime in as any, just dig right in, just get right in and do your thing. Okay. So we got Brian coming up later on with sports. And that's, as a matter of fact, that's just a few minutes from now. In this particular half hour of the hour, just a few minutes from now, he's going to come in and bring us the latest developments in today's world of sports. So if you have any sports-related questions for him, please get them ready, and he'll have the answers for you. If he doesn't have the answers, he will get the answers. Also, later on in the program, we have this thing, what we call This Day in History. Now, here we are in the month of August, and something? It's funny. It's funny how fast time goes because it just only seems like we just entered August, and here we are, August 14th. It's the middle. We have we're halfway down the line of the month, and we're moving pretty quick. Before you know it, it's September. Who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk it? Anyway, we got that coming for you this day in history because something happened on this day in history, August 14th. Now, every day of your life, something happens. And I'm talking about historically, something happens. Something will happen today that will make history, that we could like linger on it uh, the following year. But today I have a laundry list of a lot of things that happened on this day in history. So I have that coming up for you. So you stick around for that. And also, before the show is over, what I'm going to do is grab those movies for you. Now, each week, I bring you classic movies from Turner Classic Movies because the weekend is coming up. Okay, here we are. We're in the Thursday mode. Some people are already into Friday already, but the weekend is coming up, and a lot of things you may want to do. One of the things that you may want to do is catch up on some movies. Now, some people they work their 8 to 4, 9 to 5 jobs Monday through Friday, and the only thing they have is the weekend. Those 2 days off. All right. And they want to do it their way. So whatever, however you want to celebrate your weekend, that's good. But if one of the things that you want to do on your weekend is check out some old movies that you haven't seen in a long time, or maybe new ones that are coming up or just released or something like that, because some people still have their cable and some people have other means of watching shows. I always dip into the Turner Classic Movies because they're classic. I love those classic movies. A lot of people do love classic movies, the black and whites, the movies that you remember, movies that you haven't seen in a long time. So I have a list of those that are coming up pretty soon in the show. And we'll have that for you. That's towards the end of the show. So we look forward to that. Okay, as I said, it's August, and oh boy, I don't want things to go fast. I never want things to go fast because when they go fast, it makes you that much older really quick, right? But like it or not, we're going right through the month of August. Here we are, August 14th. And we usually celebrate, if there's a celebration that we like to talk about in any month that comes along, we do it. However, we don't have anything that's specifically to be celebrated except for life itself. Other than that, we've got National Dog Month. A lot of people have dogs. I love dogs. Everyone loves dogs. They're so cuddly. They're cute. They're friendly. Some of them, you know. But anyway, this is a month set aside for your dogs. All right, you want to take care of your dogs, right? What kind of dog you own? You can even talk about that. What kind of dog that you own? If you own a dog, let's hear it. We love to hear if you do own one and your favorite kind of dogs. I have quite a few. I don't own a dog, but you know, I want to make sure that I have enough time to actually take care of one. So I like them in and out. So it's only fair. Anyway, so that's what we got going. Also, for you African American men and women who own businesses, whether it's big or small, we salute you too because it's Black Business Month. And of course, we like to salute that to you, salute you with that. We also like to support you in that, whatever your businesses are. If you own a business, you can let us know. Let us know what kind of business you own. Tell us all about it. And of course, we'll tell everyone here. And it's a great way to promote your business, right? And it doesn't cost you anything because, as I said, we talk about everything. You know, talk about businesses, talk about sports, let's talk about politics, anything, and talk about businesses too. Yeah, so we got that going too. And the other thing is National Immunization Awareness Month. That means we have to get ready because pretty soon we're going to take our vaccinations for COVID and for the flu that's coming up. In some places, they are available now. In weeks to come, I will officially, announce the actual days that they are available because I want to make sure they are available everywhere so I can send you out to where you are and to your favorite pharmacist so you can get yours. Okay? So that's what we got going. National Immunization Awareness Month. Also, it's National Eye Exam Month. All right? That means if you due to go see your eye doctor. You want to do that. You don't want to break that appointment. You want to make sure you take care of everything. The eyes are very important. We like to see where we're going, watch other people, do all kinds of things. And so that's another thing that's set aside for all of us. It's just a reminder too, but you don't have to have a month to acknowledge these things that I'm talking about. You could like take care of them and you could support them anytime you want. But the most important thing is that if you have an appointment with your eye doctor, please do that. It's very important. Also, finally, it's National Creamsicle Day. I remember when I was a kid, we used to have, and they were only 5 cents at the time. They're creamsicle bars. You have the fudgesicles, the creamsicles, and the double ices. You know, ices on a stick, and you can break them in half. We had a lot, but so today we're celebrating National Creamsicle Day. So if you didn't have your creamsicle, you got it now. All right, and I didn't even know they still sell them. I had no idea. I thought they just did away with it. I knew that they had the fudgesicles, everything, but I never knew they had any of those. So there you go. You have that going. Okay, Daniel Spencer, who played the precocious youngster Dean Thomas, that's D. Thomas, on the 1970s ABC sitcom What's Happening, has died. Spencer died Monday in a hospital in Richmond, Virginia. She was diagnosed with breast cancer and underwent a double Stephanie in 2014, and in 2018 underwent emergency surgery to relieve bleeding on her brain. A GoFundMe page was set up for her to pay her medical expenses. She was 60 years old. You remember that sitcom, What's Happening? And it was a shock to me. It was really a shock to me. I'm pretty sure to you too. Right now, we're going to go over to Charlotte, North Carolina, because I told you sports. We got sports, and who does it better than Brian Camp? The latest developments in today's world of sports. If you have any kind of sports-related questions, please bring them to him. Bring them all to him because he has them. If he doesn't have them at this particular point, he'll get them for you. So let's get going. Brian, welcome back once again.
Hey, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you may be around the world. I say hello to you all. Yes, it is a beautiful day here in the Queen City of Charlotte, North Carolina, where it is 82 degrees. 82. That's a little bit comfortable. But still, the humidity is hard to breathe. But hope all is well. Everybody's out there enjoying themselves. And here for another week of this wonderful show called Talk Back Live. So everything's okay with you?
Oh, everything is fine. You know, I'm sorry for you. We were cool for a while, and it wasn't bad today. But the heat is going to, excel a little bit tomorrow too. But I don't think we're going to get an extensive heat wave.
That's not what I wanted to hear because I'm coming into New York for the weekend, and I'm trying to get away from this heat, humid weather. Oh, jeez.
Oh, well, the best I can say it's going to be warm, but I don't think it's going to be intense. I think it's going to be bearable.
Okay. I can live with that. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. It's just a quick trip in and out, and hope that I could see you. Just to peep at you, wave, and so on. Make sure
from the airplane, right?
Well, I'm going to be driving in, so.
Oh, you're driving. Oh, okay.
Leaving late tonight, so I'm going to see how things go. So.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't want to keep you too long, though. You got to get the rest.
Oh, yes. But let me talk about sports here. The NFL can be put on trial over civil rights, civil claims. Yes. Brian Flores, the other black coaches face discrimination over federal appeals that court had ruled. Now, if you remember the story, Brian Flores was trying to get a coaching job in the NFL, but they got this thing called the Rooney Rules, where you have to interview black candidates to coach to see if you could get the job. But we all know that's BS because we hear rumors or stories where they will interview a black coach, but they really hired somebody already, so they keep it quiet so it won't leak out, so they could just try to say we have been following the Rooney Rules. Well, Brian Flores had finally got his wish where he could file a suit against the NFL. The federal judge court had ruled. Now, Flores can't proceed with the claims against the three teams that he tried to apply for: the Denver Broncos, the New York Giants, okay, and the Houston Texans. So those are the three teams that he has tried to apply for. Now, it's just a matter of time when they will go forth. In the meantime, he has been doing some assistant coaching and coordinators as well too on the defensive end of the ball. In the NBA, the LA Lakers will unveil a statue of former coach Pat Riley on February 22nd of 2026 as the Hall of Fame joins the likes of former team greats Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic Johnson, Jerry West, and Kobe Bryant in bronze. You know, if you ever been downtown LA, it's a beautiful sight. You got Chick Hearn. I took a picture with Chick Hearn's statue. You have greats like Jerry West and other great hockey players and all sorts of people that meant a lot to the LA franchises in Los Angeles. It's downtown LA, and it's really nice. So he's going to be unveiled with his statue. The game is going to be against the Boston Celtics, his main rival, believe it or not. And so it's only fitting. Riley has coached the Lakers from 1981 to 1990 during the team's Showtime era, and while they won 4 NBA titles. I believe it was 1980, 1982, 1985, 1987, and 1988. They won 5, but Riley coached 4 of them. So that's where he stands his history. So he will be having a statue downtown. Now, the NBA Board of Governors approved the sale of the Boston Celtics to a group led by private equity mogul Bill Chisholm, a deal that values the franchise at $6.1 billion. $6.1 billion. So he's going to buy the Boston Celtics, who was a legendary franchise in the NBA. Now, Tom Duden, the owner of the NHL's Carolina Hurricanes, has agreed to buy the Portland Trail Blazers from Paul G. Allen for more than $4 billion. Now, Dundon intends to keep the team in Portland. So he's going to have an NHL hockey team and an NBA team, but he's going to keep the team in Portland while the other team stays in Carolina. Also in the NBA, in Major League Baseball, now here's something that you all out there might want to take heed to if you like to eat hamburgers, okay? The Milwaukee Brewers are on an amazing streak of winning 12 consecutive games in a row. Well, guess what? Free hamburgers for the entire city of Milwaukee. Local restaurant chain owner George Webb has been promising free burgers if the local baseball team won 17 consecutive games for decades, starting way back when Milwaukee was home to the minor league Brewers. The promotion will drop to 13 games, has dropped to 13 games by the time the Braves made Milwaukee a big league city back in 1953. But then the franchise couldn't make it happen before departing to Atlanta in 1966. Now, George Webb changed the promotion to 12 games, which is now 12 games, when the Brewers moved from Seattle. That's when they were the Seattle Pilots in 1970. So in 1987, the Brewers opened the season with 13 wins in a row. More than 170,000 burgers were given away to mark the occasion. The Brewers accomplished the feat a second time in 2018 for the third time. And free burgers giveaway will be held again because they're currently on a 12-game winning streak next Wednesday from 2 to 6 Central Time at all 23 of the restaurant locations throughout Wisconsin. I mean, there's only one person that I can remember who could eat a lot of hamburgers, and that's Jughead from the Archies. Remember the Archies? And then you had Archie and Veronica and Reggie and all of, the whole Archie gang. Yeah. Just like you got the guy that could eat all those hot dogs down at Nathan's in Coney Island. Well, you got the people here who can eat as many hamburgers, free hamburgers as you want, but it's for the entire city. So Take note, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Okay, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Next Wednesday from 2 to 6 Central Time. Go get your free burger. This day in sports, August 14, 1932, Dodger reliever John Quinn, 49, becomes the oldest pitcher to win a Major League Baseball game. 1937, Detroit Tigers score a Major League record 36 runs in a doubleheader versus the Cardinals. It was 16-1 and 20-7. Wow. 1964, Bo Belinsky is suspended after hotel room fight with elderly LA Times writer. Wow, you can't pick nobody your age to fight. You're going to pick an elderly person. 1982, Pete Rose, 12,365 at bat is a record, passing Hank Aaron. 1991, the Minnesota Twins, Dave Winfield is 23rd to hit 400 home runs. He's the 23rd player to hit 400 home runs. 1993, New York Yankees retire Reggie Jackson uniform number 44 on Reggie Jackson Day. 2021, Arizona pitcher Tyler Gilbert throws a no-hitter in his Major League Baseball debut. That's amazing. You start your very first game in the big leagues and you throw a no-hitter. 2024, New York Yankee Aaron Judge hit his 300th career home run. It was the fastest to ever, except for the late Ralph Kiner. Birthdays today, 1930, happy birthday to the late Earl Weaver, Hall of Fame manager, 1970 World Series champion, was born in St. Louis, Missouri. 1949, here's a little wrestling. Bob Backlund, pro wrestler of the Worldwide Wrestling Federation champion, was born in Princeton, Minnesota. They call it the WWF back then. Now it's the WWE, but they keep on changing it, so who knows what it might be next week. 1959, happy birthday to Irvin Magic Johnson, NBA point guard, Hall of Famer, 5-time champion, 3 times finals MVP, was born in Lansing, Michigan. 1973, Wayne Corbett, NFL wide receiver for the New York Jets, was born in Garfield, New Jersey. And happy birthday to 1987 to Tim Tebow, NFL quarterback and 2007 Heisman, 2-time Heisman Award winner for Florida, was born in Makati, Philippines. And ladies and gentlemen, that is sports.
Boy, you're right about the burgers. What was his name? Jughead on Archie's? Yeah, you're right. He ate all the burgers. But hey, let's not forget about Wimpy on Popeye. Yeah, and you not that may go way before your time, because these cartoons were back in the 50s, but you can still see them today. Anyway, yeah, they had a little guy. He wore a derby hat. His name was Wimpy.
I remember him. Yeah.
Yeah, and he ate a lot of burgers too. As a matter of fact, they had a chain of burger franchises called Wimpy. They call them Wimpy hamburgers.
Wow, so he ate more hamburgers than Jughead then. Okay.
I think he did. But you're right, Jughead ate a lot of them, But I used to watch all of those cartoons. Hey, I got to tell you something, Brian. I don't know how you feel about it, but I'm not ashamed to say it. I still watch some of these things that we're talking about.
I mean, find them. I'm pretty sure I could find them.
Yeah, you can. I know you can find. You can find the Archies on YouTube. They got a lot of episodes on there. I watched them.
Okay.
And I guess everyone has a child in them. Everyone has a kid to them.
My favorite Archie character was Reggie.
Reggie.
I don't know why. I always like the bad characters.
Yeah. He was a menace. And two, the other thing I like is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
But you know how I got hooked on those? My nephew, your son, Terrell, and Andre, right? When they were little boys, you know how kids are. They want you to watch TV with them. And I sat down and watched Saturday morning cartoons with them one Saturday morning. And they were watching the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And I looked at it, I said, wow, this is cool. I enjoyed it more than they did.
I forgot
So
this
that's,
too. They all had Italian names that were
yeah,
so defiant and everything.
yeah,
I used to watch them too. Yeah, great
yeah,
stuff.
yeah. There's uh, let me see if I can name them. Uh,
Donatello.
Donatello, uh, let's see, Donatello, Raphael, uh, what's the guy that the hip turtle is the one that said, "Oh, I want to get some pizza, man, some pizza, dude." What was his name? I can't remember all
Yeah,
the names. Yeah, but they always like pizza.
they always like pizza. Yeah.
They always like pizza. You know,
Mhm.
I don't know. I'm going back in time. I'm getting a little outrageous with this, and I know you got to go because you got to get your rest. But you're not going to be here tomorrow.
I'll be on the road, but I'm going to tune in. I don't know what state in between state I'll be in, but
Uh,
I'll tune in. You know,
yeah, yeah,
I got the Wi-Fi, so let's see what happens. I hope I don't hit a dead zone.
yeah.
But I'll tune in for sure.
Okay. We'll wing it and whatever, but it's all covered, no matter what. No
All right,
matter what, it's all covered. All right. Hey, listen. So you're driving out. You leaving when? A couple hours?
around 1 a.m. or so.
Oh, okay. Then you better get your rest in.
Yes, get ready to go to
Okay.
sleep now.
Okay. We'll catch you back here soon.
All right, everybody, enjoy your evening. Take care and be well.
Okay, take care. That's Brian Camp, ladies and gentlemen, with the latest developments in today's world of sports update. He always tries to make it, no matter where he's on the road. Now, I expect him to take off tomorrow. He says he's going to give it a shot. He may not. It's all going to be covered. It's all going to be covered anyway, the world of sports. And and of course, you can best be sure to catch him here next Thursday for Talkback Live. He'll be here. We're so glad to have you aboard with us. Thank you so much. My name is Frank Allan. And of course, those of you who are just joining us, we're here every Thursday on Talkback Live, and we get everybody involved in conversation. And we would like to get you involved in conversation too. Would you like to do that? All you have to do is use your computer or your cell phone or your tablet has a keyboard, right? Just let your fingers, like if you're playing a piano, exercise those fingers, and you can say whatever you want to say. I'll see you right there on the big screen. I won't say anything unless, of course, you say something first because we want to respect people's privacy if they just want to watch the show, not get involved in conversation. But for the rest of you, it's okay. And we thank you so much for being along. We got so many things coming on. Later on in the program, I am going to give you my information, my contact information, how you can get in touch with me. I always do that each week. That's coming up later on in the program. As a matter of fact, it's not too far away. I'll give all of that to you. Yes, the weather forecast here in New York. I'm not going to give you a weather forecast, but I know we're supposed to get some. We had partly cloudy skies here in New York today. I know that the sun was in. It was kind of maybe like a hazy sunshine, but it was in and out. And tomorrow's supposed to be okay. And as I told Brian is shifting. He's coming out here to New York. Him and his wife are making a trip to New York. So they're driving. So if they're leaving about 1 o'clock, we're talking about maybe they'll get to New York maybe about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Maybe it's like a 12-hour drive or something, somewhere 1, 2 o'clock, something like that. But he's coming in here. And of course, again, if he's here on the coffee hour, that'll be a plus. But if not, we're going to take care of everything. So we thank all of you guys for being along on this Thursday night. And we're coming to you live from New York City. You know, I don't know if you guys heard about it. I don't know if you guys heard about it, but I just found it so funny. But then again, who knows why? Did you ever hear of the actor Dean Cain? Dean Cain, uh, maybe some of you know him, or maybe not know him. Dean Cain was one of the Superman. He used to play Superman. It was a TV series, Superman. And Dean Cain, if you didn't hear about him, maybe it's because he's not doing anything anymore. I don't think Hollywood really wants him anymore, to the point now where he wants to join ICE. He wants to be one of those guys who dress up in those bulky suits and wear a mask on his face, you know, uh, and because he's a MAGA guy. He's a MAGA guy. So go figure, you know. Yeah, that was the story. That was the story. He wants to be part of ICE. And I don't know how true the story is or if he's going to do it, when he's going to do it. But it makes sense because, I mean, I think he can find a better profession. That's what I think, but go figure, he's with the crew. And Hollywood doesn't want him anymore, and of course I would say he's a MAGA. I understand he's a MAGA, so that means he voted for that thing in the White House. The guy that's living there, he's not doing anything in there, but he's living there. I don't know why, but yeah, he's one of those guys, and he can't find any work in Hollywood. Have you ever noticed that every time somebody supports this guy, anytime someone supports this guy, either their career is down the tubes, finished for life, or either their career is really down in the dumps and on its way out? Dean Cain is one. Uh, Kid Rock, whoever heard of Kid Rock? Kid Rock, he's a has-been. Ted Nugent, another has-been. Sylvester Stallone, I mean, he's still acting, but he's getting those parts where he's trying to play the tough guy at his age, you know. Uh, and Rudy Giuliani, remember? He was the former mayor of New York City. When was the last time you heard from him? Right? You get my point? And of course, you have Tim Scott. Oh, Tim Scott. I'm so over Tim Scott. Tim Scott kissing butt for 10 years, kissing this guy's butt, and this guy doesn't even have a job in the White House. And he's kissing butt. Oh, I love you. I love you. Yeah, I love you. I love you. I love you. And what a tap! He's a tap dancer. He's a tap dancer. And then there's when was the last time you heard from Herschel Walker? These guys can't even get a job in the White House as a butler or a cook. Not that there's anything wrong with being a butler or a cook, but they can't even get a job in there. There's not one African American working in that White House. And all of those guys, they kiss butts, and look what they get. And so I tell you, I can't remember I can't mention a lot of names, but there's a lot of people in the musical industry and in acting who can't find work anymore. Scott Baio was Chachi. Remember back in those days on Happy Days? He can't find work. He's out of a job, and as far as acting is concerned, So everything that this guy touched. So if you want to slump in your work, in your profession, join the MAGA team. You'll be guaranteed you'll come out with nothing in the end. Oh boy, I think it's time to go back in time, because as we go back in time on this day in history, going back to 1951, I meant every word I said. I don't take it back. 1951, A Place in the Sun, starring Montgomery Clift, Elizabeth Taylor, and Shelley Winters, premieres in Los Angeles, California, and it wins 6 Academy Awards, including Best Director of 1952. On this day in history, 1953, KXLF TV, Channel 4 in Butte, Montana, a CBS and ABC station, begins broadcasting. On this day in history in 1954, WGR TV, which is now WGRZ, they added a Z to it. It's a TV station, Channel 2 in Buffalo, New York. NBC station begins broadcasting. Back in 1965, Sonny and Cher's single, I've Got You, Babe, hits #1. Also that same year, the Beatles taped an appearance for the Ed Sullivan Show. And back in 1980, Democratic Convention, New York City nominates Jimmy Carter for president and Walter Mondale for vice president. Back in 1985, Michael Jackson buys ATV Music, including publishing rights to most of the Beatles' song catalog, for $47.5 million. 10 years later, he sells half of it, his interest, to Sony for $150 million. What a shrewd, Michael Jackson was shrewd. In 1941, singer-songwriter David Crosby of the Byrds, formerly of the Byrds and Crosby, Still and Nash, was born in Los Angeles, California. He died in 2023. Comedian Steve Martin, formerly of Saturday Night Live, was born on this day in 1945 in Waco, Texas. He's 80 years old today. 1946, actor Antonio Fargas, who played Huggy Bear on Starsky and Hutch, was born in the Bronx in New York. He's 79 years old today. Larry Graham of Graham Central Station and Sly and the Family Stone. He was a bass player for them. He was born in Beaumont, Texas. He's 79 years old today. Novelist Danielle Steele was born on this day in 1947, and she was born in New York City. She's 78 years old today. In 1956, singer Sharon Bryant. She was the vocalist on Atlantic Star. She was born in Westchester County in New York, and she's 69 years old today. On this day in history, 1956, actress Jackée Harry, who played Sandra in 227, that sitcom, was born in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. She's 69 years old today. And on this day in history, 1959, actress Marcia Gay Harden was born in La Jolla, California. She's 66 years old today. On this day in history, 1961, actress Susan Olsen, who plays Cindy on The Brady Bunch, was born in Santa Monica, California. She's 64 today. Actress Halle Berry was born on this day in 1966 in Cleveland, Ohio. She's 59 years old today. In 1968, actress Catherine Bell was born in London, England. She's 57 today. On this day in history, 1939, A Star is Born. Actress Janet Gaynor weds MGM costume designer. Just has one name. It doesn't have a last name. The last name is Adrian. Back in 1965, actress Jane Fonda weds director and producer Roger Vadim in Las Vegas, Nevada. Back in 1991, comedian Jackie Mason marries his manager, Jill Rosenfeld. In 2004, actor Josh Brolin weds actress Diane Lane in San Luis Obispo, California. Back in 2010, the year 2010, actress and singer Hilary Duff weds retired professional ice hockey center Michael Comer. They got married in Montego, California. Is that Montego, California? It's Montego, California. They got separated in 2014 and divorced in 2016. And in 1979, actor Peter O'Toole and actress Cyan Phillips were divorced after nearly 20 years of marriage. In 1992, singer Tony Williams was the lead singer of The Platters. He died at the age of 64 years old. In 2010, jazz vocalist, songwriter, and actress Abby Lincoln dies at the age of 80. In 2012, actor Ron Palillo, who played Arnold Horshack on Welcome Back, Kotter, dies from a heart attack at the age of 63. In 2024, actress Gina Rowlands dies at the age of 94. And finally, the same year, 2024, TV game show host Peter Marshall dies of kidney failure at the age of 98 years old. And so that's what's happening on this day in history. That's what we do each week. We bring you what's happening on this day in history. A big laundry list right there. We thank you guys for being along with us on this day. It's Thursday. And here we are. It's December. God, I'm rushing things. I don't want to rush things like that. It's only August. It's August 14th. Let's not rush it. It's August 14th. And if you're celebrating a birthday, happy birthday to you guys. All right? Happy birthday. Now, I always tell you guys, I love when you guys communicate with us. I love to talk to you guys, and greet you guys. And that's why I always say, if you ever want to talk, all you have to do is let your fingers do the walking on the keyboard right there, and you could talk to us and talk about anything you want. All right. But there are some people that rather, as I said, they rather just not, right? And I understand that very well. I understand that very well. Okay. But they may want to get in touch with me and talk to me personally. Now, you can communicate with me two different ways. I have two ways you can communicate with me. I have an email address and a telephone number. Okay. And I want to give them both to you. First of all, I'm going to give you my email address first. How about that? Is that okay? The email address is Frank Allan Prod. Allan is spelled Allan. Prod is Prod. That's Frank Allan Prod at AOL.com. That's Frank Allan Prod at AOL.com. All right. And you can call me too. I have a number. Number is 641-715-3900, extension 467134. That's 641-715-3900, extension 467134. Now, guys, keep in mind, you can use that information I just gave you anytime you want, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. If you're going to email me, it's anytime you want. If you're going to call, you can leave a message. Again, anytime you want, you know. And of course, we will acknowledge you back when you email us and when you call us. It's just that easy. And listen, you could use it just to say hi. If you even just want to say hi, you could say, I am one of the ones that watched the show, but I didn't want to actually talk just yet. So I am calling you to say I watched the show and I just want to say hi. That's okay. You can do that. And listen, maybe you have a birthday coming up, as I said, and you want us to announce it here, and you're too shy to do it yourself. You can do that too. You have a community event in your area that you want to talk about and you want us to announce it here, we can do that too. You don't have to pay a dime for it. We don't ask for any money here. All right. You don't, not at all. Okay. And whatever that goes on that you want us to know about, let us know. Call us or email us, one or the other. And keep all of that information where you are into your electronic devices, such as your computers, like your laptop or your desktop, or maybe your tablet or your cell phone, because every one of you guys carry one of those items wherever you go. Some people carry, or everyone carries a cell phone. That's a given. Everyone carries a cell phone. And so what I suggest is that you keep all of that information, all of the devices that you own, all of them. Because this way, if one is not available at the moment, you have the other one. All right. Now, people carry, I know I do sometimes, I carry the cell phone all the time. And every once in a while, I carry my laptop with me. I do that. Yeah. Because if I'm going to stop off someplace and I have to do something, and sometimes I have to do things on the run, and when I get a little break in between somewhere, if I'm in an area where there's Wi-Fi, I can get some work done. All right. But keep all of that information there for you. So whenever you need it, it's right there for you. Okay. So let me give you that information once again. I'm going to give you the email address first. The email address is frankallanprod at AOL.com. That's frankallanprod at AOL.com. Telephone number, once again, it's 641-715-3900, extension 467134. That's 641-715-3900, extension 467134. I will be looking forward to hearing from you. I want to hear from you so bad. So give me a shout, okay? And I'll shout back at you. When you think or when you thought things could go to an all-time low, they can go lower. And there's no bottomless pit. It's all down, way down, way down. Nothing stops. It's like if you jump, let's say, for instance, if you jumped off of a ledge or something and you go down, normally in the real world, you're going to hit rock bottom someplace, right? Well, that piece of work in the White House with him, there's no bottom. It goes all the way down. Now, this week, the felon or the taco man, I'm not going to, that's what I refer him to, is the taco man. This taco man said he was deploying the National Guard to Washington, D.C. All right. Well, you already know that. He did that. He's deploying in Washington, D.C. and taking control of the city's police force. In other words, the National Guard is coming in and they're going to put the police force to the side so the National Guard can come in and do the job that the police department was hired to do. And they're saying, oh, because there's so much crime. There's so much crime. There's not that much crime in the world. When they could have used the National Guard, when they could have used the National Guard? January 6th, when they had that chaos there, when they broke into the Capitol, that's when they could have used the National Guard. But they take this time to use the National Guard because they want to rid crime and homelessness, as he says. Was the police can't do that? Now, according to what I hear, they have to do this. They have only 30 days to do this. And then whatever happens after that, well, you're going to have to tune in for that. Now, you already know why he's doing this, right, folks? I don't have to tell you. You guys are smart. You guys are smart. Americans are not stupid. Of course, it's a distraction. They can't they can't shake the Epstein files. They can't shake that. So this is part of the distraction. You already know that, though. I don't have to tell you that. You're smart. This is part of the distraction, but the distraction is not working because now while there's chaos there and the Epstein thing is not going to go away, people are still talking about that. They refuse to let it go. So the distraction doesn't happen. But the National Guard is there in Washington, D.C., and they went full force last night. And so they're there in Washington, D.C. Now, listen to this. They want to crack down on crime and homelessness. I already said that. The taco man declared a public safety emergency. A public safety emergency. And he did that on Monday. He deployed 800 National Guard troops to bolster hundreds of federal law enforcement officers who were deployed over last weekend. An emergency. An emergency. Do you know that in Washington, D.C., crime rate went down 30%? It went down 30%. And he declared it as an emergency. Now, I said it before, and I was convinced a long time ago, but as time goes on and on and on, I'm convinced even more that this guy is sick. He's a sicko. He should be put in an institution. He's a sick man. He's mentally ill. Now, I know what you're going to say. You're not a doctor. How would you know that? Well, I'm not a doctor. It's true. I don't even play one on TV. But I do know this. You have to be a doctor to diagnose. You don't have to be a doctor to have an opinion. And I've said it before and I'll say it again, until I am proven wrong, my opinion says that he's a sicko. A sicko psycho. I can't believe it. And now he wants to do the whole thing. He wants to come to New York. And do you realize in Washington, D.C., the mayor in New York is black, which they want to send some out here in New York. They want to send some to California. The mayor in Los Angeles is black. The mayor in Chicago is black. The mayor in Washington, D.C. is black. Yeah, you get what I'm saying? You get the pattern? All right? Okay. This is a sick man. He's a sick man. And you voted for him. Do I feel sorry for you? Not really. Not really, because you didn't read between the lines. You didn't read the contract, the fine print on a contract. That's our guy. Or as Tim Scott would say, I love you, I love you, I love you. You keep on loving me. Okay. I am going to move over because I have some movies that you're going to love. I have I have three, four, five, I have six. I have a lot of movies. So I'm going to go through them right quick so you can check them out. Okay, the first one is Bye Bye Birdie from 1963, starring Janet Leigh, Dick Van Dyke, and Maureen Stapleton. That's on Turner Classic Movies. You can check it out Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern. Psycho. Oh, well, speaking of, Psycho from 1960. Anthony Perkins played the Psycho. He only played the game. We have a real one. Psycho, Anthony Perkins, Vera Miles, and John Gavin. That's Turner Classic Movies. You can check that out Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And here's a good one. I love this one. Jack Webb is in this one. I love Jack Webb from Dragnet. This is the one he did back in 1955 called Pete Kelly's Blues. Jack Webb, Janet Leigh, and Edmund O'Brien. It's Turner Classic Movies. You can see that Saturday at 1:30 a.m. Eastern. Okay, if you're up, you can check it out. You could also record it if you have your box still. You can record it and watch it later. But this Pete Kelly Blues is not. I mentioned Jack. I mentioned the people: Jack Webb, Janet Leigh, and Edmund O'Brien. But you'll get a surprise. You'll see Ella Fitzgerald is in there, Peggy Lee is in there, a few others. All right, I'm not going to name them all, but I just named the entire main cast. Magnificent Seven. I'm talking about the original one from 1960. Yul Brynner, Eli Wallach, and Steve McQueen. That's Turner Classic Movies. That's Saturday at 12:45 p.m. Eastern. And we go back to 1974. Death Wish with Charles Bronson. That's Turner Classic Movies. That's Sunday at 12 a.m. Eastern. That's midnight, of course. That's 12 a.m. Sunday morning, Saturday night, Sunday morning. And you have the Dirty Dozen from 1967, Lee Marvin, Ernest Borgnine, and Charles Bronson, Turner Classic Movies. That's Sunday at 1:45 a.m. Eastern. Go to Turner Classic Movies, and there may be other movies that you may like that I didn't mention, but they may tickle your fantasy or your fancy, and you might want to see them added to your bucket list of movies of what to watch. And also, while you're there on demand, if you still have your cable, go there and check out the free movies. Then you have pay-per-view movies. You have all kinds of networks on there with their movies. And you have sporting events, children's program, documentaries, the whole 9 yards. It's right there for you. And it's all to your liking. And then, of course, the new thing is the streaming platforms like Netflix and Paramount and Hulu and all of those places, right? So you're never going to starve for any entertainment at all. All right. But I just came along just to bring you all of these movies I think you're going to like. So, check it out. Turner Classic Movies, right? So I am going to go back and give you these movies once again. I hope you get a chance to check them out. They're great movies. They're great movies. I steer you no wrong. Okay. You got Bye Bye Birdie, Janet Leigh, Dick Van Dyke, Maureen Stapleton, Turner Classic Movies. That's Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern. Psycho with Anthony Perkins, Vera Miles, and John Gavin, Turner Classic Movies. That's Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Pete Kelly's Blues with Jack Webb, Janet Leigh, and Edmund O'Brien, Turner Classic Movies, Saturday. That's at 1:30 a.m. Eastern. Magnificent Seven with Yul Brynner, Eli Wallach, and Steve McQueen, Turner Classic Movies. That's Saturday at 12:45 p.m. Eastern. Death Wish with Charles Bronson, Turner Classic Movies, Sunday at 12 a.m. Eastern. And The Dirty Dozen with Lee Marvin, Ernest Borgnine, and Charles Bronson. It's Turner Classic Movies, and that's on Sunday at 1:45 a.m. Eastern. Okay, so again, if you still have your box, you could DVR them and watch them all at your very own convenience. They're great movies. I steer you no wrong. Let me know how you like them. You got a lot of movies. You have a lot of movies and a lot of catching up to do, so please do that. I want to thank all of you guys who have bounced in today over on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram. Please take the time, ladies and gentlemen, to if you haven't done it already, and this is very important to me, subscribe to my YouTube channel. You're there right now, go to it. If you're not there right now, after the show is over, go to my YouTube channel and subscribe to it. It's very important. Tell your friends too that if they're going to come along, it's very important that they subscribe to it, because we would like to see them out here. That's going to wrap it up for me. I'm going to come back tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern for the coffee hour. Brian Camp, maybe. If not, we'll take care of him. We're always taking care of Brian. And we'll be here with coffee in hand. We look forward to seeing you then. But then you can come back here for more of Talk Back Live. Brian Camp will be here with the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. And we'll be looking forward to seeing you then. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, have yourself a great morning, good afternoon, good evening, and a pleasant good night. We'll see you soon. Take care.
You've been watching Talk Back Live with your host Frank Allen. The producer is Al Dale. Technical assistant Dave Taylor. Research by Sandy Pierce. And I'm your announcer Donna Stenke. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time on Talk Back Live.